Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Few days back we covered this M3 Ultra and other specs of this Mac Studio on the channel, and one of the questions which I received is how it compares to its predecessors, plus how it looks like if you compare it to NVIDIA RTX 3090 GPU card. So in this video I am going to present a technical comparison of this NVIDIA 3090, because that is the closest GPU card I believe to this M3 Ultra, and then we are going to also look out at the comparison of this M3 Ultra with its predecessors. So what exactly is this M3 Ultra from Apple? It is Apple's most advanced system on a chip, or SoC, that features a unified architecture that integrates a CPU, GPU, neural processing engine, and unified memory within a single silicon package, and that what's make it very attractive yet bit expensive. I think the price tag is around 10,000 US dollars, but if you are from the educational institute, you might get 10% discount, so it's up to you. Based on Apple's innovative Ultra Fusion packaging technology, this M3 Ultra connects two M3 Max dies with over 10,000 high-speed connections. That results in a total of 184 billion transistors, specifically designed to cater to intensive professional AI workloads. This M3 Ultra offers Apple's highest CPU and GPU performance so far, along with other industry-leading power efficiency and expanded AI capabilities. So Apple's goal seems to be here to challenge NVIDIA, plus allow you to run your AI models like DeepSeek R1 and stuff locally on your Mac. Now, if you compare it to NVIDIA's RTX 3090, this RTX 3090 is quite a powerful discrete GPU based on NVIDIA's Ampere architecture. Unlike integrated system on chip such as Apple's M3 Ultra, the RTX 3090 functions as a standalone GPU card that has been specialized for massive parallel computing workloads, deep learning model training, high performance AI computation, visual rendering, and even 3D graphics processing. If you look at the technicalities of both of these, one of the things which stands out when it comes to this M3 Ultra is its unified memory. Unified memory refers to a single pool of high bandwidth, low latency memory that both the CPU and GPU components within the Apple system on chip can access directly and simultaneously. Let me show you the comparison in a tabular format while I explain. So, this unified memory architecture eliminates significant bottleneck typically present when separate CPU and GPU memories must transfer data between each other. That allows for faster data access, reduced latency, more seamless multiprocessing workflows, and simpler programming models. And then we have in NVIDIA 3090, we have discrete GPU memory. So now GPUs such as NVIDIA RTX 3090 and others, they contain separate dedicated memory. And in this case, 24 GB of VRAM with high-speed GDDR6X. This memory is dedicated entirely to GPU computations and graphics rendering that has been optimized specifically for parallel processing, but separated from CPU memory. Data transfer between GPU memory and CPU memory across the PCI interface introduce bit of latency, and sometimes it limit compute efficiency in certain memory intensive tasks, but given the NVIDIA's architecture, that is negligible. Now, what happens when we look at it from the AI perspective, as you can see on your screen? So, Apple M3 Ultra, that features a dedicated 32-core neural engine specifically optimized for AI and machine learning tasks. It also includes embedded machine learning accelerators within the CPU and GPU, facilitating efficient local deployment of large-scale AI inference workloads. It also claims a capability to handle model with over 600 billion parameters directly on device, and you can read DeepSeek R1 here. Whereas if you look at NVIDIA's RTX 3090, It provides extensive AI-focused hardware capabilities through powerful dedicated tensor cores optimized specifically for AI training and inference use cases. NVIDIA RTX 3090 is already being very widely used in all sort of industries. If you look at memory capacity, Apple's M3 Ultra gives unified memory, and then the other one has dedicated, and we already have covered what exactly that means. And by the way, this unified memory is configurable from 96 GB up to 512 GB, which is a clear advantage, I would say, especially if you're looking to run large models. Now, there are a lot of other good things happening. For example, there is this system integration with neural engine, which don't have in the uh, ultra M3, I mean, but that doesn't have it in 3090 because that functions primarily as an external co-processor connected through PCI. Also, Apple M3 Ultra offers Thunderbolt 5 connectivity, which is capable of 120 GB per second transfer speed per port. That is quite beneficial for quickly importing, exporting massive data sets or integrating into broader data-centric workflows. Whereas 3090 relies on PCI Gen 4 bus infrastructure for data transfer between GPU and CPU. So, and then both of them are offering quite environment friendly. So, which is better for AI workloads? Well, look, I think if your AI workload involves large scale deployment demanding massive data sets and extremely high memory availability, up to half a terabyte, and you want to run it on your local system, maybe Apple M3 Ultra architecture will give you a good edge. Whereas if you are performing intensive GPU based AI training and you want to leverage NVIDIA's libraries and CUDA ecosystem, which is a big winner and maybe a deal breaker, then you need to go with NVIDIA RTX because that is where it works. But I also wanted to give you a bit of a rundown on how this thing compares with the predecessors like M1 and M2 because that is quite an interesting stuff. So as I said, Apple M3 is the newest and more advanced chip now in Apple's line of integrated SoCs that offers substantial improvement over the earlier M1 Ultra and M2 Ultra chips. On the GPU front, which means that specialized parallel processing component, the M3 Ultra increases GPU cores 80, which is now 80 cores in M3 Ultra, and previously in M2 they were 76 and 64 in M1. But its GPU performance doubles compared to M2 Ultra and exceeds the M1 Ultra by about 2.6 times. This major performance leap is achieved through, I believe, GPU's shader density. Shaders are smaller computing units within the GPU cores dedicated to processing and rendering graphics or parallel computing tasks. In numerical terms, this could mean a jump from about around 9700 shaders in M2 Ultra to approximately 20,000 plus shaders in M3 Ultra, which is quite huge. And that enhances its computational performance from 54.48 teraflops in M2 Ultra to estimated 114.68 teraflops in M3 Ultra, which is huge. Regarding CPU performance, the M3 Ultra again surpasses earlier generation by offering increased performance cores 24 versus 16 and higher clock speeds around 4.05 GHz, whereas previously it was 3.5 GHz in M2 Ultra and 3.2 GHz in M1 Ultra. Finally, memory bandwidth is a major factor that remains stable in M3 Ultra at approximately 8192 GB per second, which is same as earlier generation as far as I could see. But the unified memory allows memory configuration up to remarkable 512 GB, which maximizes data handling flexibility. And then we have this neural engine, which is a dedicated hardware component which has been designed for AI workloads. So all in all, this new Apple M3, of course, a clear winner over the M1 and M2 because it gives you notable upgrades in GPU, computing power, CPU performance, unified memory capacity, and connectivity bandwidth compared to its predecessors. So that was an exhaustive comparison, I believe, but very keen to hear your thoughts on it. What do you think? Before I let you go, I also want to introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are AgentBot. AgentBot lets you effortlessly deploy a personalized knowledge bot across platforms like Discord, Slack, and others. It is ideal for open source tech communities and startups that provide user support, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.